quiet a little bit. Then hold it because I'll probably drop it. So, well, cool. Well, hey, first of all, I appreciate you doing this.
No problem. Thank you.
In front of 150 people or whatever. I know it can be intimidating. So, yeah. So anyway, Ken, thank you for your opportunity to do this. And I know you got my pre-listing packet.
I do.
And stuff already. So, as you know, you've done this twice already. We only have 10 minutes.
Right.
And so you've already read. Did you get a chance to go through that stuff already?
I did go through it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, since we only have 10 minutes, I mean, basically, I just want to talk to you about me and you. The 10 minutes actually want to be all about you. You know about me. You know about Keller already, so I don't want to just sit here and talk about myself for 10 minutes. My goal is to figure out how I can best help you in your situation. Kind of understand, obviously, you're moving, sell or possibly leave the house. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But since we only have 10 minutes, what's the most important thing that we talk about right now?
The most important thing would be is just, have you researched what the listing price would be, or if I had to lease it? Mm-hmm. Have you thought about what it would go for as a lease?
Okay. Anything else?
And just your marketing plan.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's great. Well, that lines up pretty much with what I want to talk about with you anyway. So I had mainly two objectives. One was to review the price, see if we can find the price that will cause the home to sell. Also, we'll look at the lease market as well. Second thing, I just want to go over real quick again your goals, why you're doing this, what's most important to you about the sale, and then I just want to take the rest of the time to answer your questions that you have.
Okay.
So we're pretty much on the same page.
Okay.
So, well, tell me, why are you moving?
Well, I'm moving because I received a reassignment orders to California, so I have to be there June 25th. So I'm trying to leave the area June 5th.
Okay. It's okay. It's no sure. Okay. So June 5th, kind of a move-out date for your plan.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. And looks like you've lived there for 3 years, and kind of hoping it was worth around 205.
Oh, yes. I was thinking that's about price I could probably break even.
Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely. And tell me a little bit about the house, just in maybe 30 seconds or less. I know we've got granite countertops and things like that. Is there anything that you feel makes your house different from the other homes that are in the neighborhood?
Well, it came with the upgrades, the tile all over the lower floor, mm-hmm. the media room, the game room, the larger cabinets. We had ceiling fans put in every room. The media room's wired. We put the solar screens to bring down the energy costs and back to work. And I have the monthly usage to show whoever's interested. There is a difference. So.
Perfect. So you got something to show people.
Right.
Okay, awesome. And in the media room, is there media equipment in there that you're leaving, or is it just how it was whenever you bought it?
Just the way I left it, but I mean, I'm open to leaving I have a 50-inch flat screen on the wall. I'm open to throw that in there.
Okay. Yeah, do it on the set.
Right.
Okay. Cool. I think that's pretty much it. You lived there for 3 years.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Well, let's talk about the numbers then. Because again, that's probably one of the most important things about the sale. 80% of what sells at home is price. And I know if you're meeting with other agents, the other two agents, I'm sure they counted that in, to your head, and just talking about that. So it was funny. We were at our family reunion, Keller convention, and one of the marketing plans from one of the top agents there said he had a 14-point marketing plan. 1 through 13 was price, and number 14 was safety. So it was. That's how important that aspect of it is. I did have a chance to, I drove through the neighborhood to go look at the exterior of the home, of your house. Also, kind of ran the comps, and we'll look at it in two areas, kind of just the subdivision itself, and then the area as a whole. Because if somebody's looking to buy a home obviously in the area, they're not going to say, I just want to be in this neighborhood. A lot of times they say, I need to be in South Arlington, or I need to be closer to Grand Prairie, or, so we're looking kind of at the whole thing. So in the past 12 months, I looked at just the neighborhood, and I'm sure you might have already heard some of these numbers, but there's been 292 homes on the market, just between 150 and 250,000. 47 of those are still active on the market, and 106 have sold. So about 36% of all the homes that came on the market are selling. So we kind of have that, just kind of going into it, knowing we've got about a 36% chance of getting the home sold compared to everything else. I brought a couple things that I want to go over with you real quick. Again, pricing is going to be probably our most important thing. And if there's anything that, as we're going through this again, a concern, whatever, just feel free, to bring it up. This is all about you again.
Right.
So, so two things. This is the subdivision, and then we'll go over this one in a second. This is just kind of the area as a whole. After kind of looking through everything, there was only a couple homes in the neighborhood that were actually still on the market. One was 3,300 square feet at $200,000, and another one at 3,042 square feet for $225,000. And that one was a short sale. So, do you understand the short sale process and what that means?
I do.
Okay. All right. So yeah, they're just selling it for less than what they owe at the end of the day, and trying to negotiate with the bank. So instead of them bringing money to closing, they're negotiating with the bank to handle that. So, and then in the subdivision, there were also 6 homes that have sold from 109 all the way up to 197. So it was quite the range that we're dealing with. The first 3 on this list, see on page 2, were all foreclosures. The one at 182 here on Wild River was a relo. Another one here at 183, and then the one at 197, surprisingly, the highest sale in the neighborhood the past 6 months was a foreclosure. It was a really nice foreclosure. So it took a little while for them to get it sold, but it still sold fairly quickly. Kind of based on, knowing the size of that, because we're just right under 3,000 square feet. After seeing some of the homes just here in the neighborhood, these 2 at 200 and then 1 at 225, kind of what's your guess of where you think it would need to be listed in order to get sold?
Well, ideally, I would like to list it at 205, but I'm open to get it sold.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't want to take too big of a loss. I guess I could look at what I have in escrow, what I have in savings, and then my wife and I can decide whether we want to take that loss or either maybe switch to a rental property.
Okay. Well, let me cover that too real quick before I go into the price. I've looked at the rental market. I think you can lease the home, and I own rental property. That's kind of how I got into real estate, was on the investment side and the rental market side. This is everything that's active currently. It's anything from 1,600 to 2,800. Now, this is that whole area. So the ones that were over 2,500 were brand new custom homes with a pool. I was kind of thinking you could probably lease it anywhere from 1,900 to 2,000 a month. That's what I think. Some at least for less. So there's 2 pending right now. One's 2,978 square feet for $1,895 a month, and there's one for 2,500 square feet for $1,950 a month. So I figured you could probably lease it right under that $2,000, mark, and probably pretty quickly. The rental market's pretty high right now, so it wouldn't be a problem. With all the people that can't qualify, getting into a lease is the next best thing for them. What's your payment monthly?
My payment is $1,568.
Okay. So you'd actually cash flowing it a little bit, which would help cover some of the management if you decide to get someone to manage it, which I would recommend, and I can help you out with that as well. And then you'd have money left over for maintenance and things like that. So that's one option. How much money do y'all have set aside, or would you be prepared to bring to closing should you need to do that? Have y'all talked about that?
I would say probably close to 5,000.
5,000. Okay. So here's what I was thinking, because the range that I'm seeing here, it's all over the board. It could realistically sell, and I haven't seen the inside of it yet, but from everything you told me and from driving by, it looks perfect. Anywhere from 185 to maybe mid-190, probably max. And that would be putting our best foot forward on everything. In the area, there was one home that closed. It was actually from our office. It sold for 193, a little bit smaller. So this one kind of gives us a little bit of hope that possibly get in that mid-190s. My suggestion would probably be, and I brought this for you. Like if you sold the house for, I'm just kind of writing some numbers for you. Like let's say starting at 200,000. If you sold the house for 200, you'd be bringing about 3,400 to closing. could sell for, obviously less than that. So it would be something that my suggestion would probably be to go ahead and list the home for sale and obviously list the home for lease at the same time. Just kind of see what happens first.
So both at the same time?
Do both simultaneously. That way if you do get, if we get someone, and it depends. I mean, if we wanted to list it and maybe wait 30 days, because I think we'll probably be able to lease it in 60 days or less. It's more likely even quicker than that. So you don't have a whole lot of time that's going to take to do that. So we can list it maybe around, if you at the high end, maybe 195 to 200, and then just knowing kind of what we're getting into, and then leasing it. We can do it after 30 days and then put it up to lease. That's just an option. So.
Okay.
All right.
Fine.
That was quick.
Yeah, it is.